like a nun. Drew says Metropolis feels pretty safe. Yeah, until the sky cracks open and you lose your face. Aliens, robots, whirled in beams, your background debris and Superman's dreams. We debate like experts, but we both know truth. We wouldn't last a day in spandex or boots. Where we dropping? Where we going? Pick your doom. The clock is ticking. Walking dead, a city broken. Either way, we're both done quick, man. From Gotham streets to Metropolis lights, we're arguing wrong versus certain demise. Comics for fun and profit, but we're not surviving this. No, we're not surviving this. Kyle picks The Walking Dead, says he grow a beard. I said you trip on episode 1 and disappear. No Wi-Fi, no snacks, just dread and decay. You're crying over canned beans by day 3, okay? I said, what about why the last man hear me out? He said that world's chaos, there's no safe route. One dude left and the pressure's insane. We'd start a podcast and get chased again. We got hot takes. Yeah, we're full of pride. Till the panels come alive and we both get fried. Where we dropping? Where we going? Pick your doom. The clock is ticking. Walking dead, a city broken. Either way, we're both done quick, man. From Gotham streets to Metropolis lights, we're arguing wrong versus certain demise. Comics for fun and profit, but we're not surviving this. No, we're not surviving this. Maybe I'd thrive. No, you'd be dead. You'd get bit bad. You'd lose your head. Batman saves me. Oh no, he won't. You'd monologue. No, I don't. We'd be extras in a panel. Page 3 at best. Little caption box that gets up on the track. We'd be extras in a panel. Page 3 at best. Little caption box they tried resting in. Static in the mic. Sirens in the back. Debating our deaths like it's a bit for the track. Multiple dead roads, the truth don't shift. We're comic relief in a crisis event. Ow! Where we dropping, where we going? Every choice is just signing off quick, cause we're not surviving this.
Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. It's Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 1017 from comics originally releasing April the 8th, 2026. Boy, we're in April already. That's crazy. But before Drew and I get into what's coming up in your local comic book shops this coming Wednesday. Drew, we're in April already. Are your taxes done?
Oh, no, not yet. Not yet. I probably ought to do that.
That's right. Process those refunds fast and flip it for comics.
Refunds. That's hilarious. You're cute.
Yes.
Okay. We got a question, and this comes from John F. If you had to live in one comic universe, which would you choose, and how long do you realistically survive?
I'd like to think you throw me in Walking Dead and I'm an overlord.
You really think?
I'm incapable of running from anything, and I'd like to think my powers with a firearm are beyond comprehension. But
you'd have to be like Herschel, with fences and the homestead and the guns.
Yep,
and
I would have the farm.
You'd be okay there.
I have the ability to bog her down for a season and a half of a TV show. I'd be dead in like a Mad Max world pretty quickly, or I'd be in a gimp suit with a chrome on my face.
Like how would I do in? I think Gotham. I'd be shanked pretty quickly.
I think so too.
I don't think
I'd walk through a back alley being a dick, and I'd get my pearls would be strewn everywhere.
Yeah. Now Metropolis, I bet you Metropolis is got a lot of infrastructure, a lot of services. You know, people probably okay.
I mean, I would probably even like let's say you throw me in Xavier's School for Gifted Children, I'd probably fail out. So that's not going to work.
Oh, there's got to be. I hate Fairyland. I'm dead.
I don't like mushrooms. I'd be gone now.
Yeah, I wouldn't make it very long. Oh man, any kind of gritty noir.
Yeah.
universe, I'm gonna get killed by the mobster guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna smart off to the wrong person.
Yeah, I would get, yeah.
There's gotta be. Why the last man? Why the last
Just
man?
nothing
I
but
would
women.
do really well.
I could do whatever I want. They'd be like, this son of a bitch, but he's the only man.
Keep him alive,
Yes.
at whatever cost. That's the universe I'm living
And
in.
hand him a monkey.
Yes. I am in Why the Last Man.
We have found a universe willing to hold us.
Yes.
I saw a thing today that said you could go back to 1 year in the 90s with $1,000. What are you buying? And I was asking my friends that because, like, the answer is Pokemon version 1.
That's the answer, right?
But then, like, would I do Magic cards? Would I do Pokemon? Would I do a bunch of New Mutants 98? What would be the $1,000 to go back and pick a year in the 90s and go back and get the $1,000 worth of collectibles for current value?
Yeah. What, Jordans?
Yeah.
You could get some pristine Jordans.
Get some of them Apple stocks.
Yeah, man. I think, yeah. I'd buy, like, as many keys that were undervalued keys as I could, I think.
But you'd have to pick a year.
It's one.
You're going, yeah. You can. I mean, if the keys are a year old, you're paying a year old price.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't need to buy them off the rack.
Yeah,
I think I'd go to 90.
Mm-hmm.
Then before the image boom.
Oh yeah.
And
find some Hulk 181s for $10.
Yeah. Find us. Well, I don't think they were that cheap, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle black and whites.
Mm-hmm.
You could get those. They were hot, but you could. I would pay the premium of $30 for them or whatever.
Absolutely, knowing what we know.
That's probably when I bought my Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night 32 back then. So I would get a few of those.
When was ASM 300?
I was right around there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Did they have grading in the 90s?
I don't think so. No,
I didn't think so either. That's a curiosity.
No, you'd just get them all loose. And then you just got to bring them all back with you. Or you got to bury them somewhere.
No, you got to bring them all back with you in pristine condition.
Yeah. Just box after box of Pokemon, right? You'd clean up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
comic book grading became formalized industry in early 2000.
Yeah.
Pre-2000, grading was very subjective, based largely on a 10-point popularity scale. Yeah.
Subjective, still fucking subjective. Thank you.
In 2001, CGC introduced the Signature Series, creating a standard of authenticating autograph books. Okay. So you couldn't get them graded back in the day for cheap and bring them home.
Yeah, I guess. Was it CBCS? Is that the one that went out of business?
Yeah.
What's the number one rival to CGC? I think it was CBCS.
I think it was. But, like, dude, they talk so much crap about CGC outside of comics. Like, It's pathetic. Like, they talk about, why would you ever CGC thing? Like, it's bad.
Yeah. I guess CBCS got shut down because Beckett bought it. And now they're going to do something called PSA.
Yeah.
Oh. So, okay. Yeah. Who downgrades CGC? Everybody besides me?
So, no, just like in the Pokemon world and the baseball card world, the CGC is the laughed upon.
Yeah. Because they don't really have consistent grading.
Yeah, because they don't put up with their bull crap there because they don't live in a 9.8 world, and their shenanigans have been well documented in that side. Yeah, but the answer is original 1999 Pokemon base set booster packs can exceed $10,000 a pack.
Okay, so it's 1999. That's the answer.
Yeah.
That's the answer. Wow.
Yeah.
Super cool. All right, let's talk hot comics.
Yeah. Sorry, I got caught up looking at things because I was, you know me when I start to Google. All right, let's head on over to good friends at comicbookinvest.com, CBSI. Let's find their Hot 10 list. This is the Hot 10 for March 28th, 2026. We haven't moved on to April quite yet. And let's start with a book that I have in my collection, Drew. Monstress, #1, written by Marjorie Liu, cover artist Sana Takeda. A quick start as the news of a Monstress adaptation just hit a couple days ago. In the right hands, an animated series could be awesome, given the success and quality of Invincible, and I'm hopeful Amazon will handle this right and keep the look of the original art and the animation style of Sana Takeda's art on the series that is completely irreplaceable.
Okay.
That said, after 2 days of speculation, the volume has jumped to more than 80 sales, while moving up to $42 with a high of 66. For context, last week it was $23 for the first print. About 25% of all sales were slabs, with more than 20 graded slabs moving. CDC 9.8 for $279 with a high of $400. Just last week, a 9.8 was $108. In case you were curious, the second and third prints are also doing well.
That's cool. Good for Monstress. You've been a fan for a while.
Yep, that was when I was buying the Rule of 3 as well, so I have 3 copies of Monstress.
Oh, that's $150, man.
Yeah, get rid of. Well, again, with animated, I don't know if it's the same, because I'd been saying for the most part that first casting nomination, like, oh, this person has been cast in Monstress, seems to be one of the bigger, pop points for sales, in my opinion. So
I appreciate you saying cast and not casted, which is prevalent throughout the internet. When people say casted, I want to claw my eyes out.
Get cast. Early this week, we lost Sam Keith. So Max #1 is our #2 book. Sam was a legend and a unique art style that was instantly recognizable. It's sad that his passing is the reason for a bump in sales, but that's what always happens. Folks want to recapture a piece of what they remember of the man. With that said, his most well-known creation, The Max, with 2 X's, saw a surge in sales with more than 300 selling on the internet. Not since the movie's news rumors have we seen this book pulled from the dollar bins. Overall, its average rose to $7 with highs of $21, and newsstands averaging $15 to $18. We also saw 45 graded sales this week, with CDC 9.8s popping up to $102 with a high of $180, where they were at the $65 mark.
Nice.
Other Max books are also selling well, including the Ashcans, a darker Image 31, and the glow-in-the-dark version.
Oh, I forgot about Darker Image 31.
Another downer of a reason for books to spike. Chuck Norris Karate Commandos #1. Another sad passing this week as the great Chuck Norris has left us. While not a regular comic creator, any comic connection usually sees a surge when a celebrity passes. In this case, we have a short-lived 4-issue miniseries tied to an awesome Chuck Norris toy line. Seriously, those Chuck Norris toys were cooler than they had any right of being. But regarding the comic series, the first issue had more than 120 sales in the secondary market, with an impressive average of $18 and a high of $69 for a newsstand. This after basically 0 sales in a long time. In fact, the last roll sold for $7 on March 8th. Sets of all 4 were selling between $40 and $100, where there were 20 graded sales with a high CDC 9.8 selling for $350, while a signature series with the man himself on it between $500 and $1,000.
Nice.
Powers #1, Brian Michael Bendis. More animated adaptations announced, as this week we also found out that Powers would be coming to us from Netflix. This is also welcome news to me, as an animation these days is top-notch, and Netflix has proven themselves to be with series like Arcane, Blue-Eyed Samurai, and Castlevania, to name a few. Did you watch that Castlevania anime on Netflix, Drew?
No.
worth watching. This week saw more than 60 sales, pulling up an average of $24 with a high of 50. The last roll sold for $10 all the way back on February 3rd for a high-grade floppy. Seriously, that's how long it's been since a single copy of this darn book sold. There were also 7 graded sales for CGC 9.8s that hit a high of $400.
Wow, awesome. Great for Bendis.
This is very true. And Drew at rank 5, DC, Marvel, Superman, Spider-Man, #1, the Delato cover. Probably the biggest release of the week with an alphabet's worth of open-to-order covers. This Marvel DC crossover is performing much like Deadpool Batman before it, but with a cover pulling away from the pack. The cover on this case seems to be the Delato black suits, with more than 230 selling on the market, most of which were still pre-orders. The overall average is still only $9, but the first couple days of release, we are now seeing highs at 20 and now 30, with them selling at a premium of over the $10 mark. Many of the listings are seeking above cover now, so we will see how this performs over the next week, and if any other covers join us in the premium sales spot. I picked the one with my girl Silk on the cover, and you picked...
I don't remember.
All right, wonderful. Anyways, moving on. Number 6, Amazing Spider-Man 1,
I think it
34.
was A, maybe? It might have been A.
Yeah, you wanted one of the kind of OGs, so I liked it.
Yeah.
ASM 134, a John Romita Sr. cover, hanging on from last week as it up across the board in volume and price. This book has more going for it than last week's #1, which was mostly a cover pop. Yes, the cover here was also perfectly adapted to screen, but this is also the first appearance of Tarantula, as well as the second Punisher, as he cameos at the end of this issue. With another 55 sold as the original of the overall average is almost up a bit to $165, not including the many grades of slabs, raws that are averaging $116. While it can be found as cheap as $50 for some things.
With a MVS missing. Oh, Marvel value stamp.
Yeah, the stamp's gone. Amazing Spider-Man 129. This is our Punisher cover. Punisher is starting to heat up again as he is wrapping one series and starting another one in the comics. He is also getting his one-shot Disney Plus special dropping ahead of his big screen appearance in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Nearly 50 are selling on the secondary market last week, which is up 109% from the 2 weeks prior. The overall average is $1,388 as this book sells in any grade, but the high roll was $1,254. Well, the biggest sale of the CGC 9.2 went for $3,500.
Wow. Yeah, that would have been a good one.
At rank out, Kill All Immortals 2, #3. This is a Dark Horse book, climbing up the list with light volume, but a big jump in price was the awesome Dan Quintana cover. Not a ton available either, but with another more than 15 sold, the average climbed to $24 with a new high of $35. So, Dan Quintana, the new Flash in the Pan artist.
Nice.
At rank 9, we have Capes #5, the 1 in 10 Corey Walker cover. New this week, this Cheesecake Incentive cover is performing better than most of late, with nearly 20 sold the last couple days, already an average of 30 for this 1 in 10 with a high of 50. We love 5 times ratio, Drew. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Only 6 currently listed, which could figure to a 74% sell-through rate of copies available, while those could triple what is currently available. As it's always a telling sign when there are many less available, that what was sold when prices started to spike is just the beginning.
Yeah. Nice to see Kirkman working with Corey Walker. Was Corey Walker the one that originally started on Invincible?
I think he was definitely in some of the early Invincible stuff.
Yeah, and got canned or moved on from.
Yeah. At rank 10, we have Feral 21, the 1 in 25 Tony Fleeks, and this is the G.I. Joe cover. Another example of that is the fun homages to G.I. Joe silent issues with Dozer, sold at an average of $40, also a high of 50. There are only 4 listed in this case, which represents 75% sell-through rate, and like the last book, that means 3 times as many sales as what is currently available.
Interesting. People love their G.I. Joe.
They do indeed. All right. Notable sales. We have Daredevil. Where is Matt Murdock #1? This is the Born Again series. This will be a tough one for DDD collectors to track down in the future, as it was limited to 125 variant set to align with the premiere of the show this week. As we understand, only 25 copies were distributed to 5 different Blaze Pizza locations around the country, and none near any of us. So they were in Orlando, Atlanta, Glendale, Indiana, and 2 spots in California. A copy of this free giveaway sold for $300. There are another 4 copies listed, seeking between $400 and $600. Thought it was interesting and notable, and it was a decision this week. Wanted to try out this book. So yeah,
that's a new segment for them. It's just going to be like one-off sales that'll never be on the list again.
Weird books you're not going to be able to get.
Yeah, gotcha.
And then in the Missed the Cut section, we have Midnight Kid #1, the 1 in 50 Mark Spears book. Big prices on the Spears high ratio variant, but not many sales. 5 selling with an average of 90 and a high of 110. We also have Null #3, the 1 in 25 variant. Another book falling a bit short this week. Thanos variant on Null 33. Only 8 sold, averaging 37 with a high of 50. And then The Fallout this week. We have Amazing Spider-Man 345. Last week's #1 book is still doing well as far as overall volume, going with another 90 sold, but down 25%, averaging just $16. And Dead Teenagers #1. I think that's an Oni book. Is that right? Look right?
Maybe.
Also with strong volume despite a dip, with another 140 selling. This last week's book maintained the same average of $8. Last week's Indie Darling only had a high sale of 15 this week. All right, Drew. We're caught back up to what is spiking on the internet, but you know what you and I love to do?
Before we do that, Kyle, before we do that, is anybody coming back to April of 2026 to scoop up these collectibles?
Yeah.
No?
I don't think there's anything that popped that hard.
No. Okay, cool.
But only time will tell. Let's head on over to our Image Comics preview. Drew, we got 86 glorious pages. See if we can find anything fun. We got Jeff Johns, Peter Tomasi, and Stefano Simone expanding the Ghost Machine universe on the front here. Let's see what we got. All kinds of fun stuff as we head through. But we're going to start with one of them properties, Drew.
Oh, my goodness.
Mobile Armored Strike Command, better known as Mask, #1. Dan Waters.
Yeah.
And we have 20 different covers.
Yeah.
$5 covers. We have blind. We're doing blind bags.
J. Scott Campbell's doing one.
J. Scott Campbell, Mark Spears, John Boy Myers. There's some nice covers.
Yeah. I don't know which one which one was the J. Scott Campbell?
That would be the cover B in the top left corner that does not have a chick on it, which I was shocked by.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's some Transformers covers I like. Tom Riley and Arnold Lucas doing that.
Well, he's doing O too. He's also doing O. What's O look like? There's just one scantily clad lady in the back, and she's not very prevalent.
Not prevalent enough.
Yeah. Okay. I use the Hasbro license to its fullest, Mr. Kirkman. Hats off to you for all you've done. I give 0 shits about Mask. I won't be reading.
Is Mask worth $5 for 40 pages?
It is to the people that played with Mask and watched the show for 2 or 3 years in the 80s? 90s?
Cover A says it's a $5.99 cover. It says $4.99 in the solicit, so I'm not even sure how much this actually is.
Okay.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right, into other books that aren't properties. The Eye Collector, #1, Jonathan Ball. GMB Chump. I'm going to give you a shot at that second name there.
Chumachuk.
So, do we say his first name, or do we say GMB, or do we go Goomba?
I think it's GMB Chumachuk.
Gotcha. The Eye Collector, the starting first issue of the strangest series on the stands. An ancient being has its curiosity towards Earth reignited when the humans of the Apollo 10 mission make wishes over the moon. What is this special creature, and what does it want with our world? Seeing is believing. So this seems to be an ongoing horror supernatural fantasy. Offered again. I've not seen this before, so we missed its prior offering. I do like the art.
No, offered again is it's also soliciting assorted crisis events and Ice Cream Man.
Oh, yep. Now I see. Yes,
which is interesting because I love both of those books, and I wouldn't have given this book a second glance. But if they're linking those two books, which I love, with this book, now I might have to check it out.
There you go. Absolutely. Then we're moving on
look
to...
good.
Go ahead.
Interiors look pretty good.
Yeah, I very much like the interior art style. Now we get a one-shot from Patrick Kinlan and Marco Ferrari. Gehenna in Tokyo, a one-shot.
Yeah.
A standalone adventure set in the same world as the hit series, Gehenna Naked Aggression, which I don't even know.
I don't know that one either, so
Yeah.
There you go.
We got a lot of cheesecake covers available for you. One by an artist called Pass. I think I'll pass.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this. I mean, it's really good art, but I'm probably not interested. A lot of language barriers in there. I don't really want to have to decipher.
As difficult as for me to get you to do anime, I'm not going to get you
Yeah.
to do a manga almost.
Yeah, no thanks.
M1 Monster Racing League #1. Robert Windlam, Lily Wyndham. Art by my boy Jai Lee and Jun Chung.
Yeah, Jai Lee art.
Series premiere and our new ongoing series launched from legendary Jai Lee. When 17-year-old Dev moves to Japan, she stumbles into an underground world of illegal street racing, where speed is power and mutation wins the championship. This high-octane sci-fi drama set in a near-future Tokyo is fast and furious by the way of K-pop demon hunters.
I mean, it is not anything I would care about at all, but man, Jai Lee art is so gorgeous.
He does have some great
Look
stuff.
at this. These interiors are fantastic.
Yeah.
Man.
The interiors are awesome. I love the way he's framing very
Yeah.
Japanese culture in the windows as well.
Mm-hmm.
Really, yeah. Now we got another 136-page, $15 book, Memories of Giselle and OGN by Katia Vecchio.
Another young girl dealing with trauma, coming of age, dealing with trauma.
Very true.
Don't care.
It's going to be a tough $15 sell for that.
Yeah. Art's beautiful, though.
Now we're into regular solicit as we get that Texas Blood starting a new story arc with 21. We also get a facsimile available of issue 1 because once you've gone 20, might as well get the facsimile.
Yeah, this has been going a while. So I'm not sure. It's weird that they just didn't renumber this as a new volume because I haven't seen one in a long time. So
Yeah. We got a big old blank page with nothing on it. That's never good. And
I
now
don't.
our
What
headline
page?
book. Go ahead. Missed you there.
What page is blank for you?
Page 13 between that Texas Blood and $1 Trillion Kill. What do you have there?
Page 13 is Memories of Giselle pages, interiors.
I mean, I'm sorry. If you look in the physical top right, it would be page 13.
Oh, I got you.
Digital, something else.
Yeah, physical. I also have. Yeah, I have pages in that too. So
if you're looking in the top right, what's on page 13?
Texas Blood. That Texas Blood interiors.
Okay, I don't have that. Gotcha. Good enough. And our headline book from the very front of our previews guide, that $1 Trillion Kid #1, Jeff Johns, Peter Tomasi, one of only a 2-issue series, Drew.
Oh, okay.
Seems like you'd think Jeff Johns could get 4 to 6 out of something, but okay. They're being nice to us. 32 pages.
Short story.
Yep.
Not much to say.
Among us are the unbelievables, and Tommy Townsend III, the world's first 13-year-old trillionaire, wants to find them. His world abounds with wonder and spectacle, including a robot bodyguard named Sterling, all trying to make the world a better place.
What was that one book that they rebooted with all the rich kids?
I was just thinking that, like Team Green.
Yeah, Green Team. That's right. Yeah. Good call. Good callback. Your memory.
Yep. Transformers, the movie 40th anniversary. Fuck, I feel old. 40th anniversary, 1 of 3.
Wow,
indeed. Ralph Macchio story. 3 32-page books. The movie I loved. Experienced this new printing of the limited series adapting one of the most iconic animated films of all time, Transformers, the movie. 40th anniversary. Jeez.
It doesn't feel like it, does it?
No.
Blink and you missed it.
Sorry, I muted myself. Universal Monsters, Blood of the Wolfman, #1, Joshua Williamson. As we continue into our Monster series, got a 1 in 75 Jorge Fornes. We get a Gillum March 1 in 100.
There's some great covers.
Yeah, some really great covers there of Wolfmans of things. Blood and Thunder 14, Benito Serrona. Capes #8. All new Invincible Universe story continues. Corpse Knight 3 of 6. The Curse of Shirley Johnson, #6, which is a Spawn universe tie-in.
Mm-hmm.
An all-out raid on Purgatory. Darkness 6 from Mark Silvestri. Deadly Tales, The Gunslinger, Spawn, 20, Jimmy Palmiotti on that one. I have another blank page.
And it's 26?
Yep.
Up in the upper left corner, that's Death Fight Forever, 5 of 5.
Yeah.
You didn't miss much.
Yep. And then we have Dorks #5, Brett Bean with the Daniel Warren Johnson B cover on it. And that B cover has a dragon. I love that. Escape #8 from Rick Remender. Are you reading this, Drew?
It's sitting there. I have not cracked it yet. I have the first 2 to read, and I've not done it yet.
Gotcha. With being Rick Remender and anthropomorphic bears, I thought you would be in.
Got to at least try it.
Yep. I also don't have page 29.
That is Feral #24.
Do we have any cool homages?
Oh, yeah. And I don't know what it is.
Damn. Final Boss 7, Tyler Kirkham. As that continues on. Fireborn 3, Kurt Pyers. The Forged 11. I'm starting to get with you. We got a little too much super stuff in my image. Free Planet 13.
All right.
G.I. Joe 23, Joshua Williamson. This is, of course, the Energon universe. G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe Real American Hero. These are the old Larry Hama. 329 as we continue to go forth with these. G.I. Joe Real American Hero 31, the Hama Files edition. This is an old Snake Eyes versus Destro.
So this is these are just reprints.
Yeah, this is essentially facsimile G.I. Joe.
Okay.
Ghost Machine, the official guidebook, 3 of 5.
You know you got a big world you've created if you put out a guidebook.
Putting out a guidebook less than a decade in.
Yeah.
Ghost Pepper 12, Ludo Lullaby.
Ludo Lullaby, okay.
Gunslinger Spawn 54, not to be confused with Tales of the Gunslinger Spawn that we had prior.
Oh, okay. That makes sense now.
Hornsby and Halo from more Ghost Machine, Peter Tomasi on that one. I like the color palette cover D. That's awesome. I love that. You see how it's got like the watercolor palette in the right? I think that's really
super cool. Super cool. Very inventive.
Drew, what do we have on page 41?
That is If Destruction Be Our Lot. This is the second issue of the Matt Rosenberg, Mark Elijah Rosenberg brothers, father son, not sure. And got a Cliff Chang cover, a Chip Zdarsky 1 in 10, and a Tula Lotte. So, and the Chip Zdarsky is a Sex Criminals homage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Then we have In Your Skin, 3 of 4. Invincible Universe presents Battle Beasts 10. Robert Kirkman writing this one with Ryan Otley and Annalisa Leonetti. Kaya 36. Can't believe that thing's going on 36. That's crazy. It's awesome.
Right.
King Spawn 55. Matthew Rosenberg. Lady Mechanica, the Mechanical Menagerie, 2 of 4. Don't have page 47.
It is Lost Fantasy number 11. Kurt Pyers and Luca Casalaguida.
Then we have Malevolent number 6 from our boy Justin Jordan. Narco 4 of 5, Doug Wagner.
Ooh, that's a neat cover.
The cover B for that, Narco.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Of the Earth, 2 of 6, Chris Condon. And then I actually really like the B cover on that one with the oil well. It's very well done as well. Charlie Adler on the cover A, and whoever Jeffrey Allen Love is on cover B, I really like that one.
I should probably read this. Charlie Adler doing interiors?
Yeah, a representative for the oil company, Thomas Moran, arrives at the Winters Ranch to investigate the strange phenomenon surrounding Grandma Betty and a missing oil worker.
Very cool.
Red Roots 3. Royals 3 of 6. Derek Kirk Kim. Not to be confused with Derek Kirkham.
Yes.
Scorched 51. The Seasons 12. Rick Remender. Paul Alzaceda. She Spawned 2. Gail Simone writing that. Spawn 376 as we head straight towards 400. New creative team on Spawn, Drew.
Matt Rosenberg and Steven Segovia.
Yeah.
And that's weird. No Todd McFarlane.
Yeah.
I bet you he comes back for 400.
I was just about to say that. Here's your 23 issues. See you in 24.
Yep.
Super Creep Show 4 of 5. This is, of course, our Days of Future Past homage cover. The Thing on the Doorstep 5. That's a freaky cover.
Mm-hmm.
Tigress Island 4 of 5. Patrick Kinlan and doing the art.
Yeah.
And then we got a Not for Safe for Work. And then we got a Slightly Savior for Work. Bang Bez. And then Patrick Graham.
The D cover is like Gulliver's Travels
That's what I was just thinking.
with
yeah.
a naked lady. That's pretty cool.
Transformers 33, Robert Kirkham. Some really good covers there as well. Including a Cover C spoiler cover.
Ooh.
Universal Monsters, Creatures from the Black Lagoon, Lives Black White, Special 2 of 2, Rompy, Dan Waters. Void Rivals 31, Robert Kirkham, Connor Hughes, Patricio Del Fecchi.
He's gonna be mad. He's gonna sue you if you keep mispronouncing his last name.
Del Felici?
No, Kirkman.
Kirkham. Kirkman.
He's gonna get you.
Yeah,
He's rich.
I'll take the phone call. And I'll say, hey, I thought we were holding the line at $2.99.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, Robert Kirkham on Walking Dead Deluxe 138. It's a good cover they've done there. It's really good. And 139. New story arc begins as our world gets even bigger.
I'm reading these again.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah, I dropped back in.
Are you reading the collar?
Yeah, I'm reading the color ones again, and I'm like, yeah, man, I just can't stay away.
Yeah. A little bit of a put these in my veins.
Yep, for sure.
At rank 4, White Sky 4, William Harms.
Yeah, this I read the first 2 of this, and post-apocalyptic, so I jumped in, but it's a real slow burn so far. I'm hoping it picks up, or I'm gonna have to drop it.
5 years ago, the sky turned white and the world ended. Witchblade 22, Marguerite Bennett. I do not have 69. Heyo.
World Tree 21, the James
Gotcha.
Tynion thing.
Bloodstar Squad 7 gets a trade. Casanova Compendium, Book 1 for Matt Fraction. Collecting Luxuria 1 through 4, Casanova Gula 1 through 4, and Casanova Avarita 1 through 4.
I've never read that Fraction.
There you go. Complete Cyberforce Volume 2, DC's Silver Age covers and stories, Artist Edition hardcover. If you got $195,
It's for you.
yep. Some classic art here. Gil Kane, Carmine Infantino, Kurt Swan, Sheldon Mayer. Department of Truth Volume 7, James Tynion. Geiger Volume 5. Howard Chaykin's American Flag with 2 G's omnibus hardcover.
I think I read some of those. I couldn't get into them.
Lady McKenna's Trade Paperback Volume 6. The Lucky Devils hardcover. Mirka and Andolfo Sweet Paprika Open for Business Trade Paperback. Gonna be a lot of smut in that one for $17. Pride of Baghdad,
Ooh.
the 20th anniversary hardcover. BKV, Nico Hendrickson, IGN's best original graphic novel winner of that year.
It was a great OGN. I loved it. And this team of BKV and Nico just did Spectators. Mm-hmm. That released on his Substack, and then they put it out as a trade. It's really nice too.
It is still in trim size, 7 1/4 by 10, 875. $24. Rogue Sons Trade 6, Sacrificers Trade 4, Sleep Trade Paperback, Sunstone Volume 3's new edition from our boy Stefan Sejik.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all.
All right. Well, I think you nailed it when you said a little too much superhero.
Yeah.
That image going on.
Yep.
Way too much.
It's not what I was wanting. So, not real impressed with image on that one. Swing and a miss, especially for April. You normally think you get a little bit of a slog in January, February, March, and we round her up in April, May, but nope.
Yep.
We got a shitty April as well.
Yeah, it's not real overwhelming, but there's a few.
Tis a few. Speaking of tis a few, we're going to head over to coverprice.com. We're going to look at March 30th, 2026 and see what the current secondary market's doing. And we're going to start with number 1, Capes number 5, the Corey Walker cover we talked about earlier. Capes has been pushing hard to introduce these Invincible Universe characters to fans. Capes has released 5 issues so far, and each 1 in 10 resale incentive cover has featured one of the main characters. This week, the seductress Clairvoyante takes her place on the variant cover by Corey Walker. She's not just an eye candy cover. Her promiscuity is rampant throughout the limited appearances she's had in the comics already. Nearly every issue has her paired with another hero, as is part of her open marriage adventures.
Oh.
Her sex appeal translates to a very high demand as this book took off in value and numbers. 28 copies sold, high sale of $53, settling to just under that at $90. Again, 5 times ratio, we'll take it.
Well, a lot of horny comic readers out there.
There you go. Monstress number 1 adult animation is hitting golden age in streaming. You hear that, Drew? Adult animation is hitting a golden age in streaming.
I know. I'm missing out, man. I'm missing out.
As Hollywood begins to see animation as a formidable storytelling medium, not just for children, adaptations of popular comics are becoming a go-to for producers. Co-creator and former Netflix One Piece show writer is taking the reins of this property. Steve Maida is developing an animated series based on Monstress aimed at adults. 48 copies in the secondary market. High sale of $63, maybe more than that. And CGC 9.8 is going for $355. DC Marvel, Superman, Spider-Man. They're talking still about the Dell'Otto cover. Tracking 129 copies, $21, settling to $20, so we're up over cover now. Thundercats 25, giving us a Virgin 1 in 15. Chitara, the femme fatale of the Thundercats. We get her kind of headshot there. Variant cover is a work of art depicting so many tiny details you can almost see Chitara come to life in front of you. 7 copies in the secondary market. High sale of $45, which is right around three times ratio we love, and settling to $35. Null number 3, the Arthur Adams 1 in 25. Another great retail incentive hits the list. This book is a great cover for classic couple in the Marvel Universe, him and Thanos. The dialogue is a fantastic contrast to the brutal artwork of this issue, and this cover is the cherry on top. Tracked 16 copies sold. High sale of $53, settling to $52. Invincible returns number 1. The Tyler Kirkham C2E2 2016 foil limited to 1,200. Thrag is coming. The new season of Invincible has kicked off, and there is one big bad that everyone's hyped for, and that's Thrag. 55 people took these from the convention and immediately flipped them. High sale of $150, settling to $120. Chuck Norris Volume 1, Issue 1, 16 copies sold. $220 for a CGC 9.6, settling to $34. R.I.P. Chuck. Invincible 72, as we can continue to have Invincible books. The 4th season of Invincible is well underway. There was no hesitation to immediately jump right back into the storyline. The pacing of the season has endured that fans that this one will be a battle of the ages. 6 copies sold in the secondary market. High sale of $203, settling to near mints at $140. Kill All Immortals 2, Volume 3. The Kill All Immortals 2 series returned to many fans' excitement. Unfortunately, the series has been plagued with delays after delays. Drew, we love that, right?
Oh,
there are
God.
months in between each issue, with the last one releasing in December. However, the fans are loyal and ready to pick up their books. But apparently not pre-order them, because we tracked 18 copies sold in the secondary market, high of $35, settling to $20. And more on the passing away. It's unfortunate to write about the 2 deaths this week, but Sam Keith. So we have the Max number 1 selling another 74 copies.
Where am I? I mean, I had one job, Kyle.
You really did.
I had one job, and I am not where I need to be. Let me get there now.
We have dropped the ball. The ball is rolling around on the floor. Will anybody ever get the ball?
Oh, just 1 second. I think I clicked the coverprice.com link instead of the... forget it. Doesn't matter. Tigress Island, number 1, comes in at rank 11. That's the EPHK, or as Kyle likes to call him, Epic regular cover. Nothing special, really, when I look at it, but buxom babes were more than enough to get this book in the hands of collectors, it says. And it sold 20 copies with a high sale of $20 for a near mint.
You had me at buxom babes.
Yeah, me too. DC All In Special number 1 makes another appearance. This is the 3rd printing, though, and with that first appearance, we only sold 9 copies, and we got a high sale of $25 for a near mint. Rank 13, we have Feral 21, the G.I. Joe 21 homage by Tony Fleeks and Trish Forstner has sold another 13 copies with a $50 near mint selling. That's pretty good. We have Marvel Team Up number 14, the Todd McFarlane 2026 facsimile thing continues to sell, selling 13 copies with a high sale of $20. The Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre number 1, the Mirka Andolfo cover, is still selling well. Another 13 copies sold on the secondary market with $36 for a near mint. At rank 16, we have Absolute Wonder Woman number 17, the Keon Eom 2026 MegaCon Comic Exposure KRS Comic Tom 101 David Ryder foil limited to 999.
Strong, strong work getting that out.
What a collaboration for C2E2 release. It sold 15 copies and had a high sale of $80 for a near mint. I'm not going to read all the people on the Absolute Wonder Woman number 17 again. This is the unmasked version of that Absolute Wonder Woman 17, coming in at rank 17. It's on here again. This sold another 19 copies. It's another C2E2 book. And this one sold for $75 as a near mint. DORC number 1, the regular cover, comes in at rank 18. Sold another 36 copies. And since last we talked, I read that, and it's pretty boring. So CGC 98 went for a $300. Raw is around 99. I don't get it. Mark Spears, the Midnight Man, number 1, the 1 in 50 high score variant. 8 copies sold with a high sale of 110 for a near mint copy. That's ridiculous. People love their Mark Spears way too much. And rounding out the list at 20 is the Max Glow in the Dark. Another Sam Keith shout out for this one. 12 copies of it sold. $175 for a 9.8. Raw's around $35. Good deal. Now it's time for what all the folks came to see. That's the sneak peek at next week, and we're going to go to Lunar and check out what's coming out Wednesday, the 8th of April.
And we're going to start where we always love to start, with Absolute Green Lantern.
I don't know if we love to start there.
We don't, but we're there.
Yeah.
But we do like Absolute Superman getting a second printing of issue 15 with some really good artwork on that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Including a Absolute Wonder Woman 16 second printing cover B by Gila March.
Also nice.
Very good book, though.
Action Comics 1097 has a cool Hayden Sherman slouchy Superboy on the cover.
But nothing beats the facsimile Action Comics 454. How many hamburgers can Superman eat?
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Classic. Archie meets the Army of Darkness.
Yes.
That's perfect.
We are not cutting off Archie's hand. Did we cut? Yeah, we did cut off Archie's hand. He's got a chainsaw. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Bleeding Hearts comes back out with his issue 3. This is the zombie.
Yeah.
Thing, right? Yeah.
Good old Vertigo. That classic cover A.
It's really nice. A lot of Conan t-shirts.
Yeah, Savage Conan t-shirts coming out. The woodwork there. Critter number 11. Dead by Daylight. The Hillbilly number 1. Dead by Daylight, Drew, is a video game where 4 people play against one serial killer. Your job is to get away from said serial killer. The other job is to kill the living crap out of you. It's a very fun game. It's been going on for 4 or 5 years now.
So you are one of 4 people teamed up online?
Yep, and you're not fighting the serial killer. You're just escaping. So, like, you're just trying to, drop pallets in your way and start generators. Those generators send power to the front door that allows you to escape, kind of thing.
Okay.
And so this is talking about the origin of some of the original Dead by Daylight killers, including the Hillbilly, number 1. The game has gotten to the point where, like, for $10, they'll sell you, like, Chucky and some of the bigger mainstream Freddy Krueger kind of things. And they each have their kind of own murderous epics. But this is one of the original creators, the Hillbilly, and we get the backstory there.
But you can't play single player.
No. Nope.
No.
You cannot. Die Loaded 6, Stephanie Hans, cover A.
Estuary, A Ghost Story. And that is by Tim Daniel. It's an Oni book. And it looks supernatural. Pass.
So in Die, it looks like we have a cover C and a cover D that are... The cover C is essentially the standard I Hate Fairyland, but I Hate Team-Ups. And the cover D is the uncensored F Team-Ups book.
Gotcha.
For Die. So I guess there's some sort of crossover, I would say, between Fairyland and Die in this one. So cannot wait for that.
Cool. Everything Dead and Dying gets a trade. That's awesome. And Flash Gordon gets a 0 issue. This is Dan Abnett.
Did you talk about Dorks?
I skipped right over it.
Dorks 1 gets a 4th printing, and then Dorks 1 getting a blank sketch version on the 4th printing, and then Dorks 3 coming out. Also getting an I Hate Team-Ups. Also getting Fairyland covers as well, so that must just be a theme.
Yeah. As part of DC's Next Level, not to be confused with All In.
No.
This is Fury of Firestorm, number 1. And it's Jeff Lemire and Raphael De La Torre, and I am probably going to sample it just to see. It's been a long time since I read a Firestorm book, so I'll give it a whirl.
More of the G.I. Joe silent missions. We have Crimson Guard, number 1. Those have been quite successful. And if I remember correctly, the 1 in 10s of those have been gotta snap 'em ups.
Yeah. Is Ted okay? Number 1 gets a 2nd printing.
From our good friends at Mod Cave.
Mm-hmm.
Muppets Noir has a blind
Fantastic.
bag releasing. So spend $16 in a blind bag and see what Muppet you get.
I really enjoyed the first issue. I was surprised that I liked it, but I did. I laughed. I thought it was really good and fun.
Did any part of you say, boy, I want an issue 2 with a Jai Lee cover of Beaker?
I would have never guessed that in a million tries, but I'll take it.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Paper Girls Backpack Edition Trade Paperback Volume 2.
Cool. Pretty Hate Machine is a new Mad Cave book by Ryan Onan, and of course Tim Seeley, who sticks his nose in everything. That looks kind of neat. What is that about? Thomas is in so much pain.
Did they get Nine Inch Nails permission?
Yeah, right. It does look a little like Trent Reznor, doesn't it?
Well, Pretty Hate Machine is one of their better albums.
Yeah.
So I can't see this not being. Oh well.
Well, they didn't copyright it, obviously.
Yeah. Interesting.
Sirens, Love Hurts, Something Beyond the Petrichor. That finishes up, whatever that is.
From Antarctic Press, we have Shaman Kane, #1. Intergalactic Bounty Hunters, Shaman Kane has warped free of the pages of Planet Comics into his own miniseries. Get on board with the Intergalactic Bounty Hunter as he chases after the scum of the galaxy. Another sci-fi thriller from Antarctic Press for $7.
I see a Supergirl #12 April Drools cardstock. That's interesting.
Spawn getting the same I Hate Fairyland team-up treatment.
White Skies gets a third printing for its first issue. Good for them.
Flying past my Transformers and everything.
Oh, go ahead. I ain't stopping you.
Nope, the time has passed.
Wow.
Heading over to Marvel. Amazing Spider-Man Venom Death Spiral #1. TBD artist second printing variant.
All right. Looks great. Moonstar, is that an X person?
That's the Native American.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I am in my own little Marvel bubble. I only read like 5 or 6 books.
Yeah.
Over there.
Psylocke Ninja #4. Punisher. Whoops, it moved on me. Punisher #1 from 2026. This is the Ben Percy now getting a shot at it. Crime's Worst Nightmare is back
Okay.
in an all-new ongoing series. As influential and unflinching as ever, Frank Castle's memory is damaged, and he's hunting for answers and criminals alike. He'll get more than he bargained for of both when the Notorious and Brothers Jigsaw returns and the publisher's dead.
Do we really think there's only 3 covers for Punisher #1?
Not a chance in hell.
Yeah. So Star Wars Shadow of Maul #2. Did you read the first issue?
I did not.
It's pretty good.
Was
I
it
liked it.
excellent? I love Maul. And I can't wait for
pretty
that
good.
series to come out.
There's some Amazing Spider-Man 26s.
Love that Iban Coelho cover. That is phenomenal.
The one with
Mary
the
Jane?
barbed wire? I don't know
No,
if that's...
it's the one. Yeah, it's right beside the ones with what's his face on it. It's got Mary Jane kind of symbioting.
Oh, that's not barbed wire then.
Oh, okay. Yep. Sorry, we were looking at the same one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the Silva cover that's next is really good.
Yeah. Yeah, that is nice.
Web of Venom #1. I can't
Yeah.
see.
You're gonna... Yeah.
I
don't
cannot
like
see the
it.
creative team on this one.
Yeah, this site sucks.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find an alternative to Marvel's own site.
Which is sad.
Yeah, Tons of covers, though. All right. Web of Venom #1. Writer Jordan Morrison. Penciler Ramon Rosado and Luke Ross. Really good stuff. All right, Drew, this is the point of the podcast where I ask for your pick of the week. What's the one thing to run back into and decide, this is going to be worth my time, my effort, my money, and we are going to pick this beast up and put it in a top loader and be ready to rock.
I am going to go with the copyright infringement Pretty Hate Machine #1.
No doubt.
It's the Mad Cave book, Ryan O'Non, your boy Tim Seeley, and I'm going to go with cover B, the Michael Gaydos cover, which I like a little better than the other two. So
we had a bit of a dearth where we didn't talk much about Dorks #2. I think that comes back to haunt us, and Dorks #3 is a big, big book. I like the Mirka and Andolfo B cover. While you're there, grab the 4th printing of issue 1.
Wait a minute, we're going to go with Dork.
Dorks 3, cover B.
Dork 3, cover B. Gotcha. Best of luck.
Thank you, sir. And best of luck to all of you that made it this far with Drew and myself through all the shenanigans that are the current world of comics. If you want more of Drew and myself, head on over to patreon.com. Find comics for fun and profit. Click a couple buttons. Give us a couple dollars. Keep the lights on. Get some of our stuff early and ad-free. Get all of our fun. Hopefully we're going to watch a good bit of movies this year. We'll bring you our reviews first thing here to all of our Patreons before they get released to the public. Here are our raw, uncensored, popcorn breath thoughts of all these things. We thank you so much for Drew and for myself. See ya.
You say Metropolis, primary colors and tall glass, high-flying boys in blue capes. You're just a statistic there, a piece of fallen masseria landing on your head. I'll take the walker, stupid, slow, something I can actually outrun. The debate is looping, Kyle's shaking his head. Drew wants the dark alleys, the choice is binary. The clock is ticking, surviving the panels, ink on your fingers, surviving the frame. Are you the hero or just the body? Just the body. Gotham is a death trap. Dirty rain on your jacket, clowns laughing in the plumbing. You think you're Batman. You're the guy with the broken car left on the bridge while the bat signal cuts the fog. It's a stylish funeral. Drew says it's a vibe. I say it's a morgue. Surviving the panels, ink on your fingers, surviving the frame. Are you the hero or just the body? Just the body. Suddenly every man drops, yeah, chromosome failure, ampersand is the winner. The monkey is laughing. Are we the last ones? Check the profit margin, it's a cosmic joke in a cardboard box. Surviving the panels, ink on your fingers.